Greetings and salutations, viewers of YouTube. I'm your storytelling pal, Big Al, and I'd like to welcome you back to my channel. Please remember to like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell, all that good jazz. Also, please remember to see my disclaimers video for, information about how true these stories are and, the code of conduct for the comment section, etc. With all that said, let's get into today's story. So when I was an undergraduate at Murray State, our women's basketball coach at the time was a former Harlem Globetrotter named Coach Fields. And so I had my major was theater, but my minor was athletic coaching, and that particular semester I had coaching basketball class, which was taught by one of the assistants on the women's basketball team. And so I woke up one morning much too early for class. It was 4:30 or 5 o'clock in the morning. Just woke up and couldn't get back to sleep. So I turned on the TV just to hopefully get bored and fall back to sleep. And I was flipping channels, and as I flipped past Cartoon Network, I caught a glimpse of the Harlem Globetrotters in cartoon form. And so I flipped back, and it's an episode of Scooby-Doo. And it's this old episode where the Harlem Globetrotters are on there, and they're helping Scooby-Doo and Velma and Fred and Shaggy and all them solve the mystery. And so even though Coach Fields did not have any speaking parts, you could clearly identify that he was in the episode. And so I was somewhat amused, and I was just well, that's an interesting start to my day. So I get to class that morning, and, class was at I think it was at 10:30 in the morning, if I remember correctly. And Coach Jones, our normal teacher, she announced that we were going to have a guest lecturer that day, and it turned out it was Coach Fields. And so Coach Fields gets up, and he starts talking about whatever we were talking about that day in class. And as I'm listening to him, I'm just thinking in my mind that just a few hours earlier, I was watching a cartoon version of him in an episode of Scooby-Doo. And it just the juxtaposition was just a little bit too much for me, and I got the giggles. And so Coach Fields stopped the lecture, and he goes, "Mason, what's so funny?" And, I don't know what he was expecting, but probably not this. And I was like, well, I was flipping channels, and I came across Cartoon Network this morning, and I saw the episode of Scooby-Doo that the Globetrotters were in. And I saw you in that episode, and now it's just a few hours later, and I'm listening to you give a lecture in my class, and it's all just a bit too weird for me. And he just looked at me like I had absolutely lost my mind. And so he actually stopped and just walked out of the classroom for a couple of minutes. And in the meantime, everyone else that was in class with me, they just absolutely lost it. They came completely unglued at what I just said. And so that was a moment. Anyway, hope that brought some levity to your day. Hope you're having a good one. I am out.